Why not us?
Harry and his friends have spent months honing their skills to defend themselves, and just as well because the pressing business of the fight against the rising dark forces rears its ugly head all too soon. Voldemort has a powerful grip on Harry's mind and tricks him into rushing to the Ministry of Magic with Dumbledore's army, only to discover they've been lured into a trap when they find a prophecy with Harry and Voldemort's names on it.
You saw only what the Dark Lord wanted you to see. Now hand me the prophecy.
If you do anything to us, I'll break it.
So what is it about the prophecy that they're all so desperate to get their hands on it?
The prophecy is basically the central ingredient in Voldemort's plan for world domination. I won't say what the prophecy actually is, what it says, but it is very important. And the thing about it is that throughout the film we hear about people sneaking into the Department of Mysteries, where the Hall of Prophecy is, and dying. And what they've actually been doing is trying to get the prophecy for Voldemort.
The Hall of Prophecies holds many secrets, not least in those of its own design.
The Hall of Prophecies, we actually decided to make a complete CG environment for the actors because the set design was such that it could never physically be built. It's an infinite set of shelves with millions of prophecy balls on them. So we decided to green screen the actors and build a complete environment in the computer.
92, 93.
The battle that commences in the Hall of Prophecies leads them to another part of the Ministry. This incredible room is called the Veil Room. This is the climax of the film where Harry's chasing to get the prophecy. He's got his hands on it, but then Lucius Malfoy comes in, gets it off him, but then Sirius comes in and clobbers him. As you can see, stuntmen are in at the minute for all of the main actors. There's Gary's over there, because they're off relaxing, being powdered and watered, all that sort of stuff. I just want to know where my standing is. Each shot in this complex sequence requires careful planning.
Get away from my godson.
What you've just seen is really the kind of the springboard to a big wizard extravaganza. So we're all armed with our wands.
Armed to the teeth with your wands.
So it's kind of like a big. It's sort of like it's sort of like a big gunfight, really, but with wands. You know, it's the sort of Magnificent Seven.
This battle sees the Order of the Phoenix and Dumbledore's army fight side by side against the Death Eaters.
Level ones, please, guys.
That's it, right there. We're just on the edge of the set. Got to be really quiet because they're going to go for a take. I can't believe how close we are.
Roll camera, please.
So, this is it. This is what they've all been fighting over. This prophecy holds the key to Harry and Voldemort's future. The big question is, what's its secret? Well, I could tell you, but that'd be too easy. You're going to have to find out for yourselves. So that's the story in a nutshell. But aren't we missing something? Because for Harry Potter fans, there's another big reason to see this film. It's been a long time coming. But our hero finally gets his first kiss.
No idea.
If you think back to the Goblet of Fire, you'll remember all the teenage angst. Harry asked Cho to go to the ball, but she said no because of her boyfriend Cedric. But then Cedric went and got himself killed off by Voldemort. Bad luck for him. Great news for Harry, though, because the way's clear for him to get stuck in with Cho.
A little higher.
Harry has got a thing for Cho. You know that the clock is ticking and that something's going to happen between them.
I'm okay. I'm okay. She's always seen walking around lonely and just mourning over Cedric. And so I think that's probably got to do with her liking Harry as well and wanting to have something to do with him.
Some affection as well.
Yeah. And so they get on.
They get it on?
Yeah.
Is that what it said in the script when you read that scene? It said, Cho and Harry get it on?
Not quite.
It's very, very odd relationship. Me and David talked to a bereavement counsellor before this film started. We wanted to find out, you know, about how people deal with grief. And she said the amount of times she meets people who have lost someone and then gone out with that person's best friend. And so that's essentially what's happened with Harry and Cho.
I mean, the scene itself was there's so many emotions involved because she's, just before the kiss, she talks to Harry about Cedric and how she's really upset. And then at the same time, she's telling him through her eyes how she really likes him. It's just learning all this. Makes me wonder whether if he'd known it.
Cedric did know this stuff. He was really good. It's just Voldemort was better.
Had you sat down with Katie and sort of said, okay, right, this is the score. We've got to do this kiss. This is how we're going to do it. Was it something that just happened naturally? Did David offer some advice?
No, nothing. None of that.
So nervous. Sleepless nights and all
Really?
the rest. Yeah, I was a bag of nerves.
Did you talk to Dan about it before you did it?
We spoke about it briefly, but it's kind of awkward talking about it. You don't really want to go into detail and how we're going to go about it.
At no point in the acting school of anything does someone tell you when you kiss on screen, you sort of don't actually use tongues, generally speaking.
Right.
You sort of just, even if your mouth is open, you don't use tongues.
Don't stick your tongue.
So it's sort
Why
of like,
don't you?
Well,
Is it like
I think it's a courtesy thing.
Oh, okay.
More than anything else, Ben.
In case you're eating something nasty.
Yeah, or
okay.
something like that. And so, fortunately, I knew that much. Otherwise, Katie would have been getting a very, very terrifying shock, I think.
People would just continuously come up to me and tell me that it was when it was happening and how they were all going to be there watching.
And were they?
No, there was, I think, about 10 people on set, just people who were really needed there.
The first sort of few takes, we were both pretty nervous, and we wouldn't say anything to each other after. We just sort of be but like 8-year-olds going, and but after that, you know, it was fine. We settled down. It was cool, and it was. But there was this ridiculous story in one of the papers. I forget which one. But it was like I'd said in an interview that we probably did the kiss about 30 times, which was true. You probably do any scene about 30 times in total, but because it was the kiss, they made it sound like I'd been like requesting more goes at it or something.
Didn't quite get it that time. Can I have another go?
No, sorry. Yeah.
In fact, when I said cut, you know, I said cut, several to cut.
Everyone who's worked with Dan since he was small, were just dying to see this scene because they just want to see him grown up into, you know, a young adult.
Man,
yeah.
There was a certain amount of, oh my goodness, some people felt some people couldn't look, there were some people who cried, some people were genuinely moved by
It
it.
was good in the end. It was nerve-wracking though.
But you haven't watched it back?
No, God no.
You're going to have to watch it back at
Well,
some point.
no, I could turn away. I mean, I don't think I will. It'll be very... I mean, thing is, when I watch Harry, I don't always see myself, so I'm just hoping that will be one of the moments where I don't really see myself doing it. But otherwise, that would be a bit embarrassing.
Mistletoe.
Probably full of nargles, though.
What are nargles?
No idea.
Was Dan a good kisser?
Yes, he was. He was good. I'm not just saying that because I have to.
He was
He
good.
was. He was.
On that note, you can text 3339 for Harry Potter facts and features and much more. Text costs 2 standard messages. Next, here tonight, we might be in need of magic. How good are you at remembering words to songs? The search is on for the UK's lyric champion with Sing It Back. Brand new next.